Hey everybody, welcome back to Local 4 Live. I'm Nick Monticelli. April is Autism Awareness Month, and if you have a loved one with autism, you know how difficult it can be to find some help. Let's look at some of the numbers. 1 in 31 children has autism. 4 years ago, that number was 1 in 44. And for families trying to get answers, wait lists can stretch more than a year before a child even gets a diagnosis, let alone treatment. So one organization is trying to fix all of that. Easter Seals Morgue is opening a brand new Autism Comprehensive Care Center in Waterford. And it's built to be essentially a one-stop shop: behavioral health, speech and occupational therapy, and mental health support for parents, siblings as well. Another unique feature, there are simulated apartments, grocery stores, and a dental office inside the building so kids can practice real-world skills in a safe environment. So joining me right now is Brent Wirth. He is the CEO of Easter Seals Morgue. Brent, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Nick.
This seems like such a common sense, easy solution. I don't want to say easy, but it makes sense to have a solution like this for those who are struggling trying to find help.
Yeah, it's, to be honest, we've been providing autism services for so long, and we've seen the struggles that the families have went through, going to multiple places, coordinating their own care. And our dream was to really make that one-stop shop, so families and their siblings and all their kids can really get the help in one place.
Yeah, so take us behind the scenes. How long has this been a dream, and how long have you been planning this and making it actually happen?
Well, this specific center has been like 8 years, but, I started my career as an autism sports coordinator, so it's been a dream for me ever since then. And so 8 years ago, we had this dream, and just really getting the input from the families, the community, looking at state-of-the-art, everything across the country.
Yeah.
This is all coming together today, and today is our biggest exciting moment for our ribbon cutting.
Grand opening tonight. And so we're looking at video of outside the building. We saw the playground there a little while ago. Can you walk us through kind of the input? You mentioned earlier about what the families said they need and what those with autism say would be great to have in a facility like this.
Yeah, so we included the families, our staff, our architects went out and explored. We visited other state-of-the-art, and we took the best of what we felt was needed and what the community needed and put it together. So it includes so many different variety of it can really help that child, getting ready for kindergarten. As that kid ages and as the child ages, the family supports are always there at every age. It prepares them for young adulthood. With the apartment that you mentioned, it gets them ready to be on their own and independent. So it's got cooking skills and washer and dryer in there.
Well, I'm going to stop you for a second, because what we're looking at right now is that space, right? So this is the apartment space. So it's not an actual apartment. You can't live there unless maybe they give you a big enough hug.
You can take a nap. You can take a nap.
So this was designed specifically so you could practice those, those skills of living on your own, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And even it's got a refrigerator in there. And
the washer and dryer is better than mine.
It is. It's amazing.
Is that one of the things that you got feedback on, realizing that having a space to pretend and practice in makes a difference?
Oh, totally, 100%. We feel that a biggest portion of ours is to prepare, those children and those young adults for every aspect to live independently. Everybody has the opportunity to live as independently as they can, and we want to be that catalyst for that.
Yeah. I also understand that there are occupational therapy spaces and mental health spaces in there as well. What do those look like, and what do they do?
Yeah, so, I think the occupational therapy, the gym, is probably the favorite spot for everybody,
Why wouldn't you? There it is.
Yeah, there you go. So the kids love it. I mean, they smile right when they get there, but, under the guise of fun and play, it is really therapeutic. It makes a big difference in their lives.
They don't even know they're playing, right? Or they don't know they're getting occupational therapy, right?
They just know they're playing and having fun.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, looking at the space, it seems like you kind of thought of everything. Or tried to.
I can't say I did, but I can say our amazing team and our team members and the families had a lot of input.
Yeah. From those that I've talked to about getting services and understanding diagnosis, and you know this far better than I ever could, but there must have been a lot of frustration. A, getting the diagnosis, understanding what's happening with my child, and B, knowing where to go, because there are 3,000 different avenues and no one really pointing you in the right direction.
Yeah, so, once that family gets that diagnosis, they become their own systems navigator and they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So we we have built resources, we've built our website, but we've also built those centers so we can do those initial assessments, we can provide that ongoing care and really provide that wraparound services that those families need and really give them the support. And we're not saying we're always going to be the best provider, because
Sure.
if you meet one individual with autism, you meet one individual.
Right.
So we're going to partner with the community, and wherever that individual best needs, their needs can get best met, we're going to partner with them as well.
Yeah.
And
So grand opening is today. How does this work? Do I just walk in and say I need some help? Do I have to get a referral? Is there payments, insurance? Like how does all that work?
Well, all of that is there, but the best way to do it is, you can check out our website, and our contact center will reach out and we'll help navigate through that. So we want to make it as easy and as seamless for families, because by the time they get to us, usually they're exhausted.
Yeah,
They don't know
right.
where to go.
Right.
And we want to be that support and really walk them through that and share where all the resources are and help navigate that for them.
In terms of the ages of patients, we've talked a lot about early childhood, but how old will you work with folks?
So we work with them of all ages.
Okay.
So from toddlers to adulthood. So this specific center is really set up for that independent living. So, we're getting ready for kids for kindergarten.
Yep.
There's simulated areas that are like you're going to preschool. You have your lockers, you get in, and, we set it up like that. And where socialization, socialization is a big part of it. So a lot of centers might have kids separate in their own individual room. Well, we integrate all that with the other kids and the other clinicians and therapists that are working there. So as the age through that, then we have a younger adult area that has the simulated apartment. We also have simulated partner with Kroger, and we have a grocery store in there. We have the dental office and the medical office, so trying to prepare them for every step. Then there's even a socialization group for those young adults. There's a big part of it is video games and
Sure,
gaming,
right, yeah.
and so, but we want them to do it together, so they're meeting other individuals and kids. And then as they graduate and as they get those skills that they need, we have other lifelong adult services that we provide as well.
For those who haven't had any experience with autism, can you kind of explain why it's so important for these kids or adults to have that kind of hands-on experience versus just telling them what school is going to be like?
Well, because every individual is different, so it's got to be personalized. And so, we get in there and we help and provide that personal, treatment planning, not just for that kid, but for that whole family to best support them, because everybody learns different.
Right.
Everybody applies it different. The siblings are in a different spot. The parents are in a different spot. So it's all personalized. And I'd say the best thing possible. There's no one size fits all,
Right.
and we're going to help you get along through that.
How key is that, getting the entire family kind of on the same page of the right way to do things?
Oh, it's essential, because it does, that initial diagnosis itself can cause grief and concern, and some families feel at a loss. But there's a ton of hope, and there's the kids can be successful, but with the right partners and the right planning and the right mindset to get in there and learn something differently. Maybe how you learned as a kid is not how your child's going to learn.
Right,
So it's just you got to do something different, but it's available.
Very cool. Okay, Brent with Easter Seals Morgue, thank you so much. And real quick, the website if they want to check you out.
Yeah, eastersealsmorgue.org.
Got it. Okay, the grand opening 4 o'clock today?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. We'll see
Rain
the
or
ribbon
shine.
cutting.
Rain or shine.
Christina.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Brent.